AP invests an awful lot in the Olympics and what our coverage is around the Olympics. Really, two of the marquee events for AP are elections and Olympics. In addition to the breaking news that we're covering every day in a wide variety of areas and around the world. What we're planning on doing is we're going to have about 300 plus staffers in Beijing, which is more than any of the other news agencies in the world. And what we're going to do is we're going to cover in all media formats all of the events, as well as the events happening around Beijing at that time. Things happening in the city. There's some concern about protests and other things. So not only from a breaking news standpoint, but also from the sports standpoint, we expect to have kind of full comprehensive coverage. We expect our coverage to really be in 5 areas: in text, photos, video, multimedia, interactive graphics, things that can, in interactive fashion, kind of tell the story of how a particular event or a particular story unfolded or how it works, as well as statistics. And in the statistics, we work with a joint venture for AP called Stats, based out of Chicago, and they do a great job and are really the leading provider of statistical information. We have always, with APTN, which is our video news gathering agency, based out of London, they've always done a good job covering the Olympics and the stories around the Olympics. With AP, because AP isn't a rights holder, we typically aren't getting access to much of the in-game highlights. We get a bit of an IOC feed and are able to distribute a little bit of the in-game highlights at the end of each day, but relative to a breaking news standpoint, we're covering the stories around the games and press conferences and those types of things. We're expanding what we're doing and dedicating a bit more this year to what we're doing relative to online video as well. So we're going to have more videographers in Beijing than we have traditionally. We're going to have producers there that are going to be producing content. We expect to do 6, 7, 8, 9 clips a day, up to about 10 clips a day during the games to tell the stories and to complement all the other coverage that we're providing.
So tell us about the audience for online video sports and how that's maybe evolved from, say, 5 years ago, where it might be in another year.
I think the audience has evolved. That highlights and just basically the highlights and watching the plays of the day, it has been and probably will continue to be a major part, particularly when there's a WNBA player that's dunking or there's something happening that people really want to see online. I think those are things that are still going to drive the traffic. I think what is, because it is much easier now from a bandwidth standpoint and a variety of other factors, for users to go and find and search and quickly view and snack format video, I think there's a lot of different types of sports-related video that's going to be out there, from the analysis to the breakdowns to the storytelling to all of those types of things. So when you look at kind of the growth in online video, sports is a major part of that.